that the Union Cabinet now has taken a decision for one more unit under India Semiconductor Mission. Remember, there are 5 semiconductor units right now in the advanced stages of construction. So this essentially is going to be the 6th. The plant will manufacture display driver chips for mobile phones, for laptops, for automobiles, for personal computers, and also other devices that require a display. It's going to be designed for about 20,000 wafers per month for wafer level packaging and about 36 million chips per month. There's a whopping investment of a little over 3,700 crore, and this is essentially going to be a joint venture. What more do we know about this? Essentially coming up in Jewar in Uttar Pradesh and looking at generating employment to the tune of about 2,000 jobs. Aishwarya is back with us and he will also take this story ahead. Aishwarya, before I come to you, let's also listen in quickly to what we heard from the INB minister, particularly on this bit of announcement and the significance.
आज प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने कैबिनेट में सेमीकंडक्टर यूनिट, जो भारत का 6ठा सेमीकंडक्टर यूनिट बनेगा, वो जेवर उत्तर प्रदेश में बन रहा है, उसको अप्रूव किया है। आप सब जानते हो कि अब तक 5 सेमीकंडक्टर के यूनिट्स इंडिया सेमीकंडक्टर मिशन के तहत अप्रूव होने के बाद में बहुत तेजी से उसमें कंस्ट्रक्शन चल रहा है उन 5 में, और एक का प्रोडक्शन इस वर्ष 2025 से स्टार्ट हो जाएगा। उसी कड़ी में एक और बहुत ही एडवांस्ड यूनिट है जो कि HCL, आप जानते हैं, हिंदुस्तान कंप्यूटर्स लिमिटेड, जो बहुत लंबे टाइम से भारत की एक हार्डवेयर में बड़ी कंपनी रही है। पीसी, लैपटॉप, कई चीज़ें इनकी मैन्युफैक्चरर कई वर्षों तक रही और आज भी है वो, और फॉक्सकॉन जो दुनिया का सबसे बड़ा इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स मैन्युफैक्चरर है, उन दोनों का जॉइंट वेंचर है ये। उन दोनों का जॉइंट वेंचर है। इस जॉइंट वेंचर में दिस जॉइंट वेंचर विल मैन्युफैक्चर डिस्प्ले ड्राइवर चिप्स, यानी कोई भी डिस्प्ले हो। फॉर एग्जांपल, आपके सामने एक लैपटॉप है, लैपटॉप का डिस्प्ले यानी उसकी स्क्रीन है, उस स्क्रीन का जो ड्राइवर होता है, उस स्क्रीन को ड्राइव करने वाला, यानी उस स्क्रीन में क्या दिखेगा, किस पॉइंट पे क्या दिखेगा, कौन सा पिक्सल अप होना चाहिए, कौन सा पिक्सल डाउन होना चाहिए, किस में कितनी इंटेंसिटी होनी चाहिए, उसके लिए एक ड्राइवर यूनिट होता है पीछे। तो डिस्प्ले को ड्राइव करने वाला जो यूनिट होता है उसको डिस्प्ले ड्राइवर बोलते हैं। तो डिस्प्ले ड्राइवर की चिप्स इस प्लांट में बनेगी।
And now to decode that entire story, we have Aishwarya, who continues to stay with us, and also Rishabh is joining us to help us understand the significance of this. But Rishabh, before I come to you, allow me a moment. I want to get in a quick word with also Aishwarya. You know, Aishwarya, at the end of this, when the government is holding a cabinet briefing, there are a lot of key announcements. The fact that you're looking at the government speaking about the semiconductor plant, it's happening in Uttar Pradesh. You clearly see a lot of movement when it comes to this new technology, considering there are new avenues and obviously wanting to generate more jobs.
Well, in taking a journey of semiconductors forward, it is Indian government who had taken several steps in the past as well. Information Broadcasting Minister Ashwini Vaishnav, by announcing this, also appreciated the efforts that have been made in the field of science and technology, as far as the indigenous weapons also being used this time during Operation Sindoor. He hailed Prime Minister Narendra Modi for giving such a huge amount and approving that in the cabinet today, as for establishment of one more semiconductor with under India Semiconductor Mission. It is, of course, 5 semiconductor units that were already in place and already stages for construction, with its 6th unit now in Jewar. India had moved forward its journey to develop a strategical vital semiconductor industry that will help, of course, the semiconductors and this particular project in Jewar to get an employment of at least 2,000 people. 3,706 crore rupees have been approved for this, with a joint venture of HCL and Foxconn, one of the largest, and together they will set up a plant near Jewar Airport in Yamuna Expressway Industrial Development Authority, or the YEIDA. Certainly a very important step as far as semiconductors journey and mission of India.
Oh, absolutely. Aishwarya, why don't you stay with us, and I'll ask Rishabh to push that point a little further and get us the big picture. You know, Rishabh, not very long ago, semiconductors have started to be hailed as a new oil. You're looking at the powers of countries like Taiwan, like South Korea, maybe even China, being challenged by India. You've seen partnerships with the US when it comes to semiconductors. So what is the big story here?
Right, Deepti, what we've seen with the advent of artificial intelligence, right? We've seen how NVIDIA, this company in the US, which has shot up to be the most valuable listed company in a very, very short period of time over the last couple of years, chips have been at the center of it. And this government has now realized over the past at least 3 years is the fact that India has to have its own chips. India and to develop its own AI as part of the India AI mission. This India Semiconductor Mission sort of forms that the spine of India AI mission, because if you want to develop your own AI stack, if you want your own large language models, you have to have your own in-house computing facilities, you have to have your own in-house chips. And these are all, again, these 6 plants that have now been approved, the 6th one today, all of them steps in that direction as well. A couple of interesting points with regards to this HCL and Foxconn JV that is announced today. We actually caught wind of this back in January 2024 when Foxconn made an exchange filing in Taiwan. And also, interestingly, this is Foxconn's second attempt to build and set up a JV here in India. The first one was with Vedanta. That fell through because Vedanta lacked the technical know-how. But good to see that Foxconn has finally come on board with HCL, and the two will start this plant, which is set to start production in 2027. So we can see chips coming out of that plant very, very soon.